Hello, everybody. Good morning. I hopped on a little bit early for our live Q&A that we're going to do every Wednesday. I figured before I officially started the live, I'm making some Valentine's Day prompts for my prompt vault. But we're on here a little bit early, so I am just in Krea right now doing some Valentine's prompts. And I'm sure we'll get some bloopers. So now when I do my prompts in Krea, and I'm making these for my prompt vault, because Valentine's Day is like in a month. So now I have both my AI twin pulled up, and then I also have my cartoon AI twin pulled up for me to generate pictures in both. Training my cartoon AI twin in Krea has been so life-changing. I cannot believe I haven't done it sooner. But once 11 o'clock hits and we start the live, I'm going to jump into a little bit of AI stuff that I want to share with you guys. A lot of people really like the cartoon images. It's also really funny because like I'll make a video with like my cartoon character talking, and then I give the like typical AI slap. This is AI slap. You can totally tell this is fake. And I'm like, yeah, it's a cartoon. Like, what do you mean? Like, do they do that with, like, cartoon movies and cartoon shows? Do they go and comment on them if they can and say, you can tell this is fake. Hey, this is AI slap. The AI cartoon, like, the cartoon AI twin stuff is not something I ever intended to use. Like, I was not ever intending to really use that for my branding. I just was kind of, like, playing around with it because I saw some cartoon images and they were okay, like they were kind of mediocre, and it just stuck. People were like, oh my gosh, how did you make that cartoon character? I really love this. And I just started using those more. But I do like to still mix in like images of like myself, not even just my AI twin here, but like myself, and like talking videos of me, because, and we've talked about this a little bit, but like 2026 is a pretty big pivot of 2026 is a big pivot on social media, especially like TikTok and Instagram and stuff, of like the death, the death of like influencer culture. People are really relating more to everyday real life, genuine people, smaller creators. And that's not to say that if you were to be a small creator and blew up into like an influencer following type, that you would lose popularity. But like, I mean, the influencers that are like getting really rich and buying all these crazy expensive things while like everybody, you know, is in a shitty economy and can't afford their bills half the time, and they're like, how am I going to buy groceries? And we're just seeing the death of that era, and like people want to follow a journey. So we talked about this last week in the live on doing like series. And, you know, people that are like, well, I want to start an account with something, but I don't know what to post. And I don't really know, like, what to do. And it really, I think, starts with just showing up and just being yourself. Like, just having a lifestyle account, so to speak, I guess. What is my dog doing? Having a mix of, you know, AI has been everywhere. AI was huge in 2025. And people it's a weird mix because people are so fascinated with AI, and like you have both sides. Also, I'm eating my blueberry muffin this morning, guys, so if you don't like hearing people eat, I'm really sorry. We're just, you know, we're always going to be here being ourselves, and like I'm hungry. We're seeing a weird mix, right? Because AI has two sides of like people that are like mind blown and fascinated with AI. They want to learn everything about it. And then you have like the anti-AI people, like you're killing the planet and AI slap, and like this is gonna make people's brains deteriorate and blah blah blah. So I don't know, there's a weird mix because like even outside of the anti-AI people, I think that people as a whole with social media are just getting really overwhelmed with content, and our attention spans are shorter. There's so much that we are consuming online or on a screen every single day, whether we really want to or not, that people are just really exhausted with certain types of content and just seeing content in general. So this AI stuff, people people like AI, but they don't want to rush into having everything be AI. Like the AI generated written posts, the AI video content. They like it, but they don't want to be completely consumed by it. And so 2026 is going to be people sharing and educating their skills with AI, but also showing themselves. So like me sitting here on a live, even though I'm not showing my face right now, it's me talking to you guys, and I'm not like live as an avatar lip syncing. I'm just sitting here with you guys with coffee and, my blueberry muffin and whatever you guys are doing. I'm just sitting here with you guys talking about stuff and having that genuine connection with you. And that's what's going to retain people that want to follow my type of content, Now, if there's anybody new with like prompting and making images and stuff, since I'm kind of like going through and making Valentines, what is this? Do you guys see this? What's going on here? Are you okay? I usually set like a rule of thumb for myself. So like I have these prompts. I'm in Google Keep right here. So I have these Valentine's prompts that my prompt maker bot, GPT, made for me. And if I use a prompt, I use it maybe 3, 4, maybe 5 times if I really like the prompt and I'm really hoping I get an image I like. I'll generate images with it 3 to 4 to 5 times. And if I am not getting anything that I like, then the first thing I'm going to do is kind of proofread the prompt itself and see if there's anything I can tweak with it before I resubmit. And if that doesn't work, Heather, if that doesn't work, then I just scratch that prompt. I don't use it. Now, when you're generating images for a cartoon character, they always come out so much better, so much less glitchy, not a lot of finger problems, not any weird awkwardness. Like that is part of the reason I love cartoon characters. And even with like making videos, like if you want to write a script on ChatGPT and go do like a lip sync video or have the character do something, there's just so many, I can't speak. I can't try to say what I'm saying. There's so much less error in the generations with cartoon stuff. AI just works better with that. Now this is questionable, obviously. Svert mine. Okay, chat. All right. Yeah, so like I could like this image, for example, and so download it and then put it into like Nano Banana and ask it to change the gibberish and the text bubbles to something else. But I'm a little too lazy to do that right now. So like I would go in the prompt and say, I'm going to find in the prompt where it says like there's text and maybe take that out. So where is it? Okay. Text bubbles, floating text bubbles drift in the air like holograms. So like, I'm going to take that out. Okay. Can we not do this? I'm not in the mood to do this today. Come on. Stop it. Quit it. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let me. Oh my goodness. There we go. And then I'm going to resubmit it. And, here we are. We have 3 hands. We love that. But we don't have all that gibberish text around her. So like this one, oh, that's cute. She has 4 fingers and a thumb. So yeah, like I will download this. So as we saw, like the prompts didn't work for this particular prompt. It didn't work well with my realistic AI twin. But for the cartoon, this worked fine. This is really cute, but like, why is your hand in the candy being produced? Because that is not really sanitary. So we're not gonna use that. Okay, so I guess now that it is 11:10, hey Amanda, I want to jump a little bit into these cartoon characters. And if you guys use this or quote unquote steal the cartoon thing or how I teach it and use it in your branding, I don't really care. You know, this is the internet. Like, if you want to do the cartoon stuff, do it. People love it. People love content that I posted paired with a cartoon character that is related to that, whatever you're posting about. So, are you using your bot For promoting what? For promoting what? What do you mean, Bertha? Okay, so to start your cartoon character stuff, you have to have some AI twin images of yourself, or if you have like a faceless page and you want a fictional AI character, you can make a fictional character. And I actually built a bot. I'm gonna go grab the link. Let me see if I can grab the link. I built a bot. It is free. It's called the Identity Builder Bot, and it's for anybody that wants to build a fictional AI character that is not themselves. It's really freaking cool. We built this bot together in my paid community, Marketing and AI Made Simple. But the Identity Builder Bot, basically you go into it. I'm going to drop the link in the comments for you guys. But you go into this bot and it asks you some like this or that style questions based on like the personality you want the character to have, their appearance, and you can add any other details it maybe doesn't ask you. And this bot, I just dropped it in the comments for you guys. This bot will generate an image in the bot for you of this character, this fictional character. And if you don't like some things of the image, which a lot of people usually like the first generation it comes out with, if you don't like things in the image, you can tell the bot, like, hey, I don't like this. Can we make this? Can we make her have more freckles? Can we make him a little more muscular? However you want to tweak it, and it will make those changes for you. But outside of it giving you an image for your fictional character, it's also going to give you details and a whole like character summary for your character, like their personality, their origin story, where they're from, their quirks about themselves. It's really freaking cool. Like, even if you just want to play around with the bot and see what it gives you, like, it's seriously so cool. It's a free bot. Try it out. But if you want to have an AI twin, you want to at least know how to make those images. Okay. I personally like Krea AI. It is one of the cheaper AI generation platforms where you can actually train a model. Now, what do I mean by train a model? Pamela, I see you in the comments, and once I get through this explanation, I will address your question. So a lot of people in these like AI groups, like these bigger AI groups, and there's nothing wrong with this. I'm just wanting to like explain the difference to you guys. So like when I learned how to train my AI twin, I learned how to do it in a better way. So like a lot of people in these AI groups, they're using like Gemini or Nano Banana, which is Google's image generator. They're using a tool like that, and they're only using one reference image. So like I would go and find a good quality selfie of myself, and I would use just that one image reference and use Nano Banana and ask it to, I would give it the prompt and say like, you know, this woman, but she's in a pink bubblegum style cafe, and that's how I would generate my AI twin images. So I don't do that. You can do that and you can get decent results. Sometimes it does give you really good results, but it's a lot less consistent as far as giving you good quality results each time. So I like Krea. Now Krea, like I'm on Krea's $10 a month plan. And it is one of the most cost efficient platforms I've used that give me a quality that I like and I'm happy with for my AI twin images. So if we go to Krea.ai, which they don't have an app on your phone, but you can go to your browser on your phone and then save it as a shortcut on your phone so that it's kind of like an app. But I like to try to do these as much as I can on a computer. So Krea is my go-to. Krea is where I generate most of my images. And like I said, you guys see how much content I put out. I'm on the $10 a month plan. If I do have to top up my compute units or my credits in Krea, I only have to do it maybe like once or twice. And that's if I'm generating like a lot of content. Okay. But for like a normal amount of content for me and you guys seeing how much I post, like the $10 a month plan is enough for me. Like I love Krea. So, okay. So we're on Krea, and what you're going to do is you're going to go down to train. Let me turn my computer. You're going to go down to train a character or style. Okay. Now it's got some of my stuff I've done. And what this is you're training a character with multiple images of yourself or the character that you want to use. This is going to give you so much more of a consistent result and a better quality because you're not using one reference image. Like I said, using one reference image, it can work, it can be quicker, but taking the time to train a whole model over using one image reference photo is just game changing with the quality. Yeah, so like that's what I do. So you go into train a character. Now, if you're doing yourself, so I would use image for this. If you want to make video with it, then you would, select that and have one for each. So you'd have a model for images and a model for video. I don't make video on Krea. I use Veo to generate my AI videos, or lately I've been using Kling, which we'll get into that as well. But I would do image, and then you're going to upload as many images as you can of yourself or your AI character, which if you're using a fictional character, we'll get into that in a second. But a lot of people will come in here and say, okay, I'll put in like 5 pictures of myself. You want to try to have a minimal of 10 images that you're uploading. And if you can do more, that's even better. Like I use 30 to 40 images, which took me a while to find that many pictures of myself. Because the thing is too, you want to use images that do not have people in them, do not have pets in them, no filters. I mean, you can maybe have like a smoothing filter or something like that, but you don't want pixelated, poor quality images. These need to be good quality images. You want to try to have a wide variety of the angles of yourself. So like your head turned to the left, your head turned to the right, you're looking up, you're looking down, you have a side profile, you have full body shots, you have half body shots, you have close up, facial, as many angles and variations that you can get. That is going to give you the best these look like me types of pictures. Okay. So you upload those images and then you name your model. So I would name it after myself, or name it after your character or what have you. And then you train your model. So you give that a few minutes for it to train the model. And then once you have your trained model, you go to Krea.ai/train. Now with the $10 a month plan, it gives you an allowance of 6 trained models. Now, the cool thing is, like, if I delete one of these models, I can still use that. So, like, let's say I have 6 trained models. If I delete one of them, I don't have to wait the next month to, like, use it. I can just go ahead and use it that month, if that makes sense. And I see you guys with a bunch of questions. We will address those when I get through the process of how to do this, because I will go off on a tangent, and I'm not going to do that to you guys. So, like, up here is my cartoon trained model. So like I put a bunch of my cartoon images that I generated and put it in to train it. And what I was doing before this, which is so tedious, and I'm kicking myself in the butt for this, anytime I had an AI twin image of myself, I would go into ChatGPT and convert it into a cartoon image every time I needed a cartoon image. Now I have a trained model of my cartoon. So when I click on this, it's going to take me to this screen, which I've already generated some images, but this is where you put your prompt, and it's going to give you images of your character you trained with that prompt. That is what I do to generate my images. And so like with the AI twin realistic looking images, same thing here. And this is just where you go to generate all your images. Like that's it. So for the cartoon, let's go into ChatGPT real quick. Hey, Randy. Yeah, all of these lives that we do every week, they are going to have replays. I'm going to put all the replays on my YouTube channel, which is Marketing and AI with Mandy. And if you're in my school communities, whether it's my paid school community or my free school community, AI Made Simple, the replays are also going to be posted in there in the classroom. So everybody will always have a replay. If you're not in my free school community, you can go on my profile and click on my Stand Store link and you'll see where to sign up for that. Okay, so ChatGPT is my favorite place to create my cartoon images. I have tried converting realistic images to cartoon on Nano Banana. I am not personally a big fan of how those come out on Nano Banana. So anyway, so let's say you've already got a bulk of like AI images of yourself. Okay, let's pretend. So let me show you guys an example. So like here are some AI twin images. Oh my gosh, my dog. So like I'm gonna drag this over into ChatGPT. I lied. So I'm gonna go over here. Hey, Julie. Yeah, exactly, Amanda. That's why I got nervous, because it got too quiet and I was like, no, what are they doing? Okay, so ChatGPT over here, I'm gonna go to images and okay, then I'm going to upload my reference picture that I want to turn into a cartoon. And I'm going to say, please generate an ultra 3D cartoon chibi Bratz style of this image. And I'm going to send that off. Now, here's the thing. So with ChatGPT, like, it doesn't come out the way that I like every single time I do it. Sometimes it's a little bit too Bratz style. Sometimes it's a little bit too chibi. And so you might have to sit and do this, you know, like put on a show on Netflix or a documentary or something, and do this with a decent amount of photos until you have 10, 20, 30 cartoon images that are in a style that you like. Put them in a folder, and then you can go back into Krea and you can train your cartoon model to generate all your cartoon images and not have to convert them every single time. While we're waiting on this to load really quick, the Identity Builder bot also gives you prompts that you can use in Nano Banana to get multiple different variations. Ow! 1 second, guys. Go lay down. Goodness gracious. Trying to remember what I was saying now. Okay, so the Identity Builder bot, which I put the link in the comments, it is designed to also give you reference image prompts that you can use. So like when you use the Identity Builder bot, when you use the Identity Builder bot and it gives you your like headshot image of your fictional character, you would basically upload that image. I see Alita, good morning. You would basically upload the image of your fictional character that the bot gave you and then upload it here using Nano Banana. And then you're going to use prompts that can be super simple to get reference images of your person. So let me find one of like myself and we'll just pretend that like I am a fictional character, even though I'm not. So like this professional looking one, like we'll upload this into Nano Banana. Oh, Chester. And we will say something like this woman with her head turning to the right. And then we would do another one, this woman with her head turning to the left, this woman looking up, this woman looking down, this woman in a lounge suit on a beach. Oh, cool. So we don't want to work today, Nano Banana. That's really, really awesome of you. I really love that, because we're trying to teach people stuff, and like that's not really nice of you to do that. So let's try that again. This woman with her head turning to the right. Hi, Rose. Good morning. You guys show up and show out for me. I loves you. I need to finish this muffin. Is what I need to do. All right, let's see. It seems like it might want to work. Okay, cool. And so there is the same lady, fictional lady, okay, but her head is turned to the right. And then we would use various different prompts and use ChatGPT or use the Identity Builder bot to help you build these prompts to get various different reference photos that you can upload into Krea and train a model. So that's how we would do it with a fictional character. And then boom. Yeah. So, okay, let's go back to ChatGPT. So like here is my chibi Bratz doll. I do like this image. I don't know that it's something I would use with just my own preference because her head is a little bit too like fat, like wide. And so like I might try to start a new chat and like generate it again to see if it gives me something different, or I'm just going to choose a different AI twin image to convert. And then again, once you have those 10, 20, 30 pictures, again, the more you use, the better. That's when you would go over to Krea and train your image model. And that's how I'm getting my cartoon images. So I hope that helps. Okay, so I'm going to go through and answer some questions, and then we're going to jump a little bit into what I've been doing with like AI video stuff. Let me scroll back to the comments. So Bertha, I hope that helps you. I know you were asking about making images in like an avatar, so I hope that was helpful. Okay, so Pamela said, I'm still trying to wrap my head around how you use these images to monetize. Do you just use them as an image for the content, or do you actually have clients that want this type of images created for them that will pay you? Yes, Pamela. So, I mean, this is a whole spiel that we can go into. I have people at least every other day ask me how much I would charge to create images for people. And you guys see that I teach people, and I teach people for free in school how to do this stuff. But, and I've been talking about AI photo shoot stuff all week. A lot of people just don't want to do it. A lot of people, it's not that they can't do it. They would just rather pay somebody the money to make their images or make their videos. Or I'm really surprised I haven't seen somebody come out with like a monthly content subscription where somebody generates like, you know, give somebody like 30 AI images that they can use that month to pair with their content. I'm really surprised I haven't seen that. There's probably people doing it. I just haven't seen it a lot, but excuse me. But yeah, there are people definitely that will pay for it. So back in May of last year, I did photo shoots full time. I got up to a point where I was having maybe like 5 to 6 clients a day. It obviously didn't start like that, but I also did have a following a little bit before this. Not the following is less important than like the reputation. I was a trusted person in my space, but also I only had 2 to 3 months of AI experience. Like I had not been making AI images for very long. I just really honed in and practiced on myself and shared that progress. And then when I was getting better at it, people were like, oh my gosh, could you do this for me? And then I started doing AI photo shoots full time, and that was my highest source of revenue that month. Now, I am not promising that to anybody. Please, please, please know that I don't guarantee results for anybody. I know that you guys, a lot of you that know me know that without me saying it, but if you're somebody that has not watched my content before or don't really know me, I'm not guaranteeing that for anybody. But for me personally, it was a really good source of revenue for that month. It is definitely in demand. There are people that just don't want to do it themselves. They don't want to learn it. They think it's too complicated. Or they just don't have the time. There's a lot of people that are really busy and they want to do like a side hustle and maybe have like a theme page, but they don't have time to sit and learn and do this stuff. And they would just rather pay somebody to do it for them. Like people will pay for it. So like me personally, I use these images with my content. It makes my content a lot easier. So like flashback to a year and a half ago when I was first starting with my business, and I've always focused on Facebook. I have my text content, but I would always want to like pair a graphic with it because it grabs more attention and usually performs better than just a text post, unless you have a super good hook, and it, you know, it hits right. But usually pairing a graphic with it that's related to it will help the content perform better. So back then, before AI was blowing up and where it is now, I would have, you know, like my B-roll content, pictures of like my notebooks on a desk, you know, a picture of the coffee shop I was sitting in. And I had to take more time to actually have that folder of graphics to use and then have new stuff and not just post the same thing all the time. And so this is a faster alternative for me to create. It's also a lot better quality wise because I don't have, you know, pink, blue, and purple places that are in my branding color to go take pictures in, and I just might not even feel like it. And with AI, I can do that. So, a lot of people, one second, guys. A lot of people that are like, how are you monetizing the AI images and videos? The other aspect of that, which I don't personally dive a lot into, are the people that want to get into content monetization. So I just became eligible to start getting paid for my content on Facebook a few months ago, but it was never something I was trying to do. A I think that content monetization, I don't want to say it's hard. I think that it's more difficult than if you were to have like a paid community on school, offer digital products, have a paid community, offer services like done for you services. I think that, oh my gosh, I just had a Dory moment, guys. I think that it's a lot more difficult to monetize content and grow the following and have consistent, good performing content all the time and fighting the algorithm and the changes and if meta's down than to start off on one platform, grow a brand, which sounds harder than it is. It's really just consistently showing up and learning and showing that knowledge of being genuine, being a human, and engaging in communities that your target audience would be in genuinely, not just, like, oh my gosh, guys, like I've seen so many freaking posts in larger groups, like this week alone, where somebody will go in and ask like just a super vague question. Like, okay, like there's a group, Faceless Digital Marketing, and somebody will post in there like, how do I get started? And somebody immediately is like, you need the boss suite. What do you like? How do you, can you connect that? Like, like why do they need the boss suite? Like, how do you know what they want to get started in? And like, how is the boss suite going to help them with it? You know what I mean? Like, and to me, if I were a consumer, I'm like, okay, now I know I do not need the boss suite. No shade on the boss suite. I don't even really know what it is. I'm seeing it everywhere, but, yeah, there's that. So, okay, I need to not go back down my rabbit hole. But that is an option for people, like if you are already monetized on social media, AI pictures and a lot of AI videos, especially this motion video stuff, they're getting a lot of views. I am just so not a go-to person though that tries to teach going viral or like getting a lot of views. Like views are great, but only if you're doing it the right way. Like having 1 million likes on something is not gonna do anything for me if those people are not my people and it's not converting into something. Like I'm not just gonna wake up and be like, yes, I made it in the world because I got 1 million views, but like what was the result of those views? Like did they sign up for a community? Did they get on my leads list? Am I gonna retain those people? Or is it just like a one hit wonder deal type of thing, So yeah. So yeah, you can do AI photo shoots, AI video shoots, have a monthly like content subscription. And a lot of the money too is just educating people. Like if you get into something like this and get really good at something. So like I could honestly probably set up and have a paid class on just doing these like realism cartoon types of things that people would pay to go into. And so if you're somebody that likes to teach or you like to share or people like how you explain things, educating people on how to do stuff like this, that is something that pays well as well. So, I've been wanting to use Krea. Do you find the credits last? Okay, we did cover that already. Do I use Krea for videos? I believe I addressed that already. I do not use Krea for videos. I will say though, I haven't tried a video with Krea in a decent amount of time. And so I don't know what's improved with that. I do hear decent things about WAN or WAN, which is a model they use to generate AI videos, but I haven't tried it. I know they also have a motion video thing on Krea, but I haven't tried that yet either. And I don't know how expensive it is compared to Kling. It's pretty expensive to do motion video on Kling. You would train a separate video model for the videos. Yeah, that's correct. I wonder why they do that though. I guess because they're using different things to generate it. Christina, I don't know if you're still here, but this replay will be in the Marketing and AI Made Simple community. Yes. So like when we do these lives every week, I always post a Q&A thread. I don't think anybody had any questions anywhere I posted the thread, and that's fine because you guys come here with questions. But my paid members get priority to their questions. So if somebody is a paid member in my main school community, they are always going to have priority access for their questions to be answered first in these lives. Brian said, how do you compare Krea with Higgsfield AI for use with AI photo shoots? I know for Higgsfield it requires 20 images minimal to create a twin. That's awesome. I mean, the people are going to get better results that way. Let me take a drink of coffee, guys. Hold on. Okay, so I don't really use Higgsfield. I don't want to tell anybody not to use Higgsfield. Higgsfield, like if Sam watches this on a replay, he's gonna laugh. I've talked about Higgsfield a couple times, but I tried Higgsfield when it was like first becoming a thing, and I didn't like it. And I would say I was pretty experienced at that point that I tried it, and I was not a fan of like the outputs Higgsfield gave me. So then I took a course specifically on Higgsfield and like realism with AI twins from somebody that is a really good educator. She's somebody that is really, really amazing. And I changed a couple things that I was doing in Higgsfield, including with my prompts. And I still, like, I resubscribed to Higgsfield and then I tried it again and it was still a no for me. So I am not subscribed to Higgsfield. I don't have a lot of experience with Higgsfield outside of those two instances. I do feel lately like I'm being suckered back in, and it's so frustrating because Higgsfield has been... So first of all, people that have Higgsfield and use it, market it so well. I am always like, oh my gosh, what's going on in Higgsfield? And they've come out with quite a few features this past like month or two, I want to say, that everybody's talking about, and it makes me want to go try it. But like, if I subscribe for a third time and don't like it, I just will not forgive myself. So like, I have a system that works for me. I have subscriptions that do what I want it to do. And like, I don't really have a comparison with Higgsfield. So we talk about this decently often too, but like, it's a lot of times if you go into an AI platform to generate stuff and you don't like the output, it's not always the platform. So like some people are like, oh, like this platform sucks. A lot of times the first thing I think people should look at is their prompting. And like just genuinely going into like AI groups, or if you have like a trusted source, like, hey, I'm using this platform. Here are some of the prompts I'm using, but I don't like what's coming out. Have somebody kind of proofread and look at your prompt and give you some pointers, because the more my prompts improved with visuals, the better my output is. And that's when I realized that it's not always the platform. A lot of times it's the prompting. And then if, you're prompting well and making those changes and you still don't like the output and you just feel like you're wasting money and credits, but you don't have any content to show for it, that's when I would try a different platform. So that's my advice for that. Looking for more questions. Oh, hey, Cody. Is DreamFace still glitchy? Yeah. Yeah, you mentioned using something else now. Yes. So, yeah, I'm so sad about that. So DreamFace is a website. They do also have an app, and that was the first amazing tool that I found to do lip syncing. And I mainly did it with when I was teaching stuff with AI music. And doing like a music video to lip sync your character with the audio. I love DreamFace because it was very inexpensive. I paid like $30 for the year. I still have that yearly subscription. And I like it because you have the option to either upload audio that your character would lip sync to, or you could directly record in the app. Like, so let's say you want to have a talking head video about, Facebook groups. You could directly record in there with your own voice, and it would lip sync that to the character as well. These past like 3 to 4 months, DreamFace is just not what it was. I don't know what happened. I kind of maybe want to do a deep dive on that, because that was a really good go-to tool for me. That was fairly inexpensive. Like you could make unlimited lip sync videos. Like there was not like a credit system really. So like that's a big bummer. But the last time I tried to use it was probably a few weeks ago, and it was still pretty glitchy. I even tried using like different images and different videos, and it is not nearly as smooth as it used to be. So my go-to for that now with lip syncing and talking is either I use VO and Google Flow, which if you have a Google Pro subscription, mine's $20 a month. You can use it for free. I think it gives you like five free generations, which is not a lot, monthly. But I pay for Google Pro, and so VO videos are included. They give you about 1,000 credits a month. And I think it's like 20 credits per 8-second video that I generate. So I use either VO to generate talking videos, but I can't do it with my own voice. I don't know if you can upload your own audio with VO. I don't think you can. I think it has to be like generated from them. Or I'm using Kling Motion Video. So Kling Motion Video would be like the stuff that I've been showing you guys lately. And there are other places you can do motion video. So like Krea, for example, has a motion video with, I think, WAN, W-A-N. Higgsfield allows you to do motion video. That's through Kling, but through Higgsfield. But I've just been doing it directly through Kling. But you do have to have a reference video. So like you would have to film yourself talking, or, you know, find a video that you want the person to do and have them speaking, and use that reference video with an image of your character. And it's really flawless. So, but yeah, DreamFace is a no-go for me at the moment. There is a company doing the monthly content subscriptions. That doesn't surprise me. Randy, I am a little confused. So if I already have a bunch of images of my AI twin, I can upload those images to the Identity Builder bot or to Krea. You would upload them to Krea. Krea is where you're going to train your model. And if any of you jumped in here late and you watched the replay of this live, you can go back and see, like I show you step by step how to train a model in Krea and why I prefer that over doing like one reference photo in Nano Banana. And also, let me drop my link to my YouTube, because like if you guys can't make a replay here, they're all going to be uploaded on my YouTube, and they're going to be in my school communities, both my paid one and my free one. So I am going to get a link to share my channel. But if you guys are on YouTube and YouTube nerds like me, then you'll actually, like, you can set it up to get notifications when I upload a replay, and that way you don't miss it. So I just dropped that in the comments. This is in regards to creating a cartoon out of the AI twin real person. Yeah, so you're not ever going to need to upload any photos in the Identity Builder bot if you use that. That link is also in the comments. You're only using Identity Builder bot if you're wanting to create fictional characters. I've tried to do monetization, and it is a long game strategy for sure. Yeah, and a lot of people, they do it the wrong way. So like a lot of people, you know, you guys see like the follow trains and the grow rooms and the grow groups and the follow for follow, and you're just getting empty followers, and it's going to hurt your reach. So like everybody's like, okay, let me get to this follower amount and monetize my content. But it's so much more about your watch time and your engagement rate and your like follower retention rate and the quality in what you're putting out and how people are, whether they're receptive to it or not and engaging with it, than who has the most amount of followers. All right, so Kling Motion Video and motion video in general. And I think that this is a lot of things that start and come out with AI. They're a little more expensive at first, and as they develop and more people come out with the feature, people are going to start competing for who can do the best, the fastest, for the cheapest. And so hopefully in a short term, it won't be as expensive. But this is really awesome because it's just a really, really cool way to make content. It can take some more time. So like if you're comfortable with filming and recording yourself, it definitely is faster to probably do that yourself. But having a character, especially like, you know, this cartoon character that I'm using, and being able to like make a motion video that lip syncs and the movements and matching that is really, really cool. So you guys have been seeing like the dance stuff. You have been seeing like the trendy stuff, the baby dances and what have you. And those are really great, again, for people that may already have their content monetized and getting views and getting paid for those, you know, getting AI slap comments, whatever. But I think that this is like, for me personally, this is something I would use as content. So like if I'm delivering like a weekly AI news brief of like what's going on in the AI world, I can do that. So let's make a motion video together. Let me find something in Google with my content that I can like kind of use as a script. Or if you guys have an idea of something you want me to do with motion video, drop it in the comments while I'm looking and I might use one of your ideas. Because like I'm really awkward on the spot if I just try to like make something. Oh, I'm already in this one. Okay, cool. So like this is my Google Keep. This is basically like my vault of content that I repurpose. And this is like literally 2 years worth of this. Wanting to learn how I can use it for UGC. Okay. Okay, you know what? Let's try that. I haven't tried that. So let me find a random thing to hold. Let's do this. Actually, here. The first thing I saw, because I have a crafting table over here for me and my kids. And so we're going to make a UGC video with this sand. Okay. This kinetic sand that I got from Five Below. I don't know how well this is going to go. We're going to try this together, and that way I can also show you guys, like, how, let me fix my tripod. And that way I can also show you guys, like, how to do the motion video. And, like, again, guys, I'm really awkward. I also don't really do UGC videos. So, all right. So, like, whatever I say or do in this video is going to suck, so please don't use this for, like, UGC advice. But the first thing that I want to do is, like, film a video of myself. And like show and talk about this product and whatever. Y'all need to buy this sand. I got this from Five Below and it is literally the coolest thing. Look at how much you get, first of all. And it's a lot like just the regular kinetic sand. And if you have like a neurospicy brain, this is something that you're gonna want. Okay, so there's our video. Thank you for the stars. It's like an applause. Okay, so we have our video on our phone. And from here, so I'm going to go to Kling. I need to see if I even have the credits. Where's Kling at? There it is. Okay, so we're going to go to Kling. You do have to have credits for this. So like a lot of people have asked me like, can you do this for free? Let me close this. It's a little distracting. Or we'll just kind of turn it. Okay. So you do have to have credits to do this. Usually for like a 15 to 20 second video, I'm using around like 100 credits, maybe a little more. The highest I've used for like a full 30 seconds was like 180 or 170-ish. So you do have to have a video under 30 seconds at a time. So you can't upload like a 1-minute video. You can make videos longer than that, but you would have to do like 2 separate 30-second videos to be able to put them together in a video editor. So actually, let me go check what... Okay, so my video was 22 seconds long. And so what we're going to do in Kling is, if you don't have credits, you're going to want to have credits. I have enough for maybe one video. I'm going to want to generate a video of that sand that we just did that for. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a picture of the sand. And what we can do is we can go into ChatGPT. Sorry if like the quality is not great, but we're going to go into the images in ChatGPT. I'm going to upload an existing image of my cartoon character. I want to find one where she matches like how I'm sitting in the video. So like it wouldn't come out as well probably to use one where she's like standing. So like, let's try this one where she's sitting down with the computer. And then I'm also going to upload the image of the sand. By the way, that was a picture of my dog's bone in my camera gallery, guys. I feel like at a quick glimpse that maybe looked not great, but that is a picture of my dog's bone that I was asking ChatGPT about the other day. Okay, so I'm going to say in ChatGPT, place the pink sand jar in the woman's, would I say left hand or right hand? In the woman's, geez. We'll say left hand. And then we're going to let that generate. So basically, like, we want to do this because, like, if I just upload a video, if I just upload this as my reference image, the product isn't in there. So if you're doing something with UGC, hi, Justin. So if you're doing something with UGC, but there's no product that you're promoting in UGC, it's going to come out really awkward, and it's going to take a lot more generations if it even works at all. And so we want to get a picture of like the product that you're doing or using, or even using in real life, make a video of it, and then you can have your AI twin do it or the cartoon do it, however. But you want to try to have an image with them with that product. So let's see how well this works. We can also try this in Nano Banana. It definitely did the hand I didn't want it to do, and that's okay. So this is going to be really cool because I've not done a motion video yet, like with an object. So this is like a learning experience for me as well. That's pretty cool. It looks really huge. Let me go back to my video actually and see which one I'm holding it in. Yeah, it needs to be in the other hand. Okay. So I'm going to use that same prompt and just say the same thing. So I'm going to upload the sand. Why does it do this? Why? And then we're going to go find that same picture. And we're going to say right, her right hand. Okay. So like this would be a good thing to use too. So like, let's say you have, you know, skincare, you would do the same type of process with, taking a picture of that jar of lotion or the product and uploading that with the image of your AI character and having Nano Banana or ChatGPT make an image of them doing whatever you're doing in the video for motion video. Am I making sense, guys? I feel like I'm not making sense. You know what? We could just flip the image, though. What is wrong with me? Duh. Duh, Mandy. Let's see if it looks the exact same. Okay, so I'm going to save this. And then we're going to go into the gallery and we're going to flip it. I just got to figure out how to flip it. There we go. But the text is backwards. That's fine. So basically we get an image where she's holding the product or whatever. Okay. So now we go into Kling and we're going to hit this little plus sign down here and click on AI video on the left. Now you'll see some options up here. So there we go. So we're going to click on motion control up here and you're going to upload your reference photo. And then you're going to add your reference video. And so that would be my 22-second video where I talk about this kinetic sand. And then you don't want to click the green button down here until you see your image is uploaded and your video is uploaded because it defaults on that baby dance that you guys have been seeing everywhere. And then once the video loads in, you'll probably see the credit amount change down here. So it'll tell you how many credits it will take to generate the video. And again, just with AI being not every time that I've done motion control things has it come out perfect. it is definitely better than what it used to be, as far as awkwardness, smoothness, lip syncing, and so it's progress that we're making. So if you do this, let's say the first time and it comes out wonky, I would try it maybe one more time. If it's still not coming out right, I would use a different image or try something different. That way you're not wasting a lot of credits. So from this point, it takes, 12 minutes or so. It does take quite a bit of time. If it's over 10 to 15 seconds, I've noticed, to generate the video. So we're going to let that kind of play in the background and go into some other video stuff. With the dance videos, for example, what people are doing is they're going into TikTok and they are searching for other people doing dance videos. Now, like, there is, like, I guess, an ethical side of this too. So how do I get into this? Because, like, you don't want to be like, oh, well, like, this is me in real life doing this dance, obviously. But we also have to think, like, what are people assuming? Because these are videos that are getting a lot of views, and technically, like, we have to ask ourselves, like, do we have permission to be using this person's video and mimicking what they're doing? And, like, there's going to be other things that roll out and play out with regulations and permissions and copyright and things like that. But as of right now, so, like, people are going on TikTok and finding dances that other people are doing, and using that as the reference video, and then using an image of their character to make that video. And I've also, again, I've done this with talking videos. I don't know if it's on this phone or my one that I'm recording with. I think it's on the one I'm recording with. There's my teeth picture for my teeth whitening video that I did the other day. But, like, I can sit here and just talk to the camera and use that as my reference video, but make it to where my cartoon character is talking. You need a content vault. Yeah, I mean, the more content that you do, okay, cool. Yay, multiple people say it makes sense, not just one person, so that's good. But the one thing that you do is save your good performing content. So, like, in the beginning, it is harder because you're having to come up with your own content and kind of getting a feel for, like, what performs well, but what you enjoy posting about. And so you are writing your own content. I really, really, really am against using ChatGPT to write my content completely. I don't ever think that it's really good. I can every single time tell when I'm reading something that was totally generated by AI, like ChatGPT. So, like, I'm not opposed to people doing that. I think that it helps with content. But I think, and this is kind of like with any skill, I do think that, like, we need to practice doing the foundational skill before we have AI do it for us or guide us in doing it. So, like, if I am trying to write new content, I will use AI and I'll use ChatGPT that has my business information and say, hey, like, I want to make content about the news of what's going on in AI this week. And it will give me some ideas. And then I am actually going to manually write that content and post it and let myself have content that does bad. Let myself have content that people actually talk about a lot and they're in the comments a lot. And then what I do, and this is kind of like a snippet of my paid community because we have a whole bookkeeping module on, like, how I stay organized and schedule my business and whatever. Because this is my job. Like, this is my full-time job. What I do for my content vaults, and then I'm going to go through the comments because quite a bit of you have commented and I don't want to miss any questions. So, like, every month I do a month-end business review, and part of that, so, like, I do my finance month-end review, and then I do my own monthly performance reviews. I am, like, 2 months behind on them. So, like, I actually need to sit down and do, like, December. But one of the things that I do is I go back on the platform that I'm on. So, like, I'm mainly on Facebook. And I will scroll through all of my content for the month of December. Like, whatever month I'm doing like an audit on, or not an audit, but like a performance review on. So I will scroll through and I will take any content that performed well, meaning it got a really good amount of likes or there's a lot of like engagement and talking in that. I will copy and paste that content, and then I go over to Google Keep or whatever you use as like a notes app. You can put it in a, you know, Google Doc or whatever. And I paste all of my content that performed well so that I can reuse it. I can repurpose it. I can post it over on Threads. I can send it out in my email list. I can post it in my free community. So a lot of content that I post are things that I still feel like I don't want to use anything that's outdated or that I don't practice anymore. Or maybe I've like upgraded a skill with that. But a lot of the content that I post is content that I wrote last year. And so if you start getting in a practice of doing that every month, even if you do it late, like it's January 14th, I haven't done my December month end yet because I'm not perfect and I'm a human being. So, this is, you know, this is 2 years in my Google Keep. This is 2 years worth of content that I've done basically that same practice every month with. And there's sales post. If I have a sales post that does well and gets a lot of engagement, or that generated a lot of sales for me, a value post, maybe like an opinionated hot take type of post, I copy it and I put it in this, and I now have 2 years of content in a bolt. So like if I wake up and I don't feel like I could write something from scratch, even with help with ChatGPT, I don't have to. And so it's a slow start at first, but this is something that changes the freaking game when you're creating content. It is just a really good practice to get into. So, yep. That is what I do for that. Okay, let me get into... So Content Vault is not really anything specific. I'm just kind of explaining like so like I'm in Google Keep right now. Google Keep is like a notes app for Google people. And I'm just explaining how I take my good performing content on Facebook for a month. And if it performed well, I copy it and then I paste it over into my Google Keep. And so this Google Keep is like my personal content vault is all that I'm doing right now. Use Apple Notes. No, so Melissa, so I don't have an Apple phone. I've never had an iPhone. I've always had a Samsung phone. You can do the same exact thing with Apple Notes. I don't know anything about Apple Notes. You could even download like a Post-it note app and do it in there. You could even have a Google Word doc and post it in there. Just somewhere that you can save that information, and you're just retaining your content that does well for you to pull from if you need content. So I do that a lot with my sales posts too, because my sales posts recently, I do have sales posts where I'm just selling, but a lot of times, especially in other groups that is not my page, where I don't have a warm audience, I make a value post and I put a relevant sales offer at the end of the value post. So I do that a lot. Like I don't even know how many like emails or like Gmail accounts. And so the cool thing too with Google Keep is like it signs in per email. So like this Google Keep where my content vault is one of my business emails, but I can go and switch to a different business email account and that is empty and I can do whatever I want in that Google Keep. So like, for a while I had one email that had all my sales posts in it. And then I had another email that was like all my other posts. So like my educational post, inspirational, motivational, any value post where I'm not selling, that's where all of that was. So pretty cool. Okay, let me scroll to where I was in the comments. So I have a Gemini AI Pro account that I got for free for a year. That's awesome. But would you recommend me also paying for ChatGPT? That really depends on how much you use ChatGPT. So like if you find yourself hitting limits often with ChatGPT, I would consider upgrading. I've been paying for ChatGPT now, no question, no thought about it for like a year and a half at this point. It's not ever something I see myself canceling. I'm trying to dabble with Gemini. Like Gemini is flat out right now, for the moment, outperforming ChatGPT and OpenAI, but that is constantly changing. And like, I'm so used to ChatGPT and I'm getting older and I just like, I'm adaptable, but not adaptable. And I don't know. I'm trying to start using both Gemini and ChatGPT to try to switch and get Gemini to like know my business the way ChatGPT does, but it's a process. I used to tell people that like upgrading and paying for ChatGPT doesn't change the output and results you get, but I've also been told that it does affect like the quality of responses you get from ChatGPT. But my main thing that I tell people is that if you find yourself hitting limits a lot, then I would consider upgrading. And that includes like image generations, if you're doing anything with agent mode, or you also need a paid GPT account to build bots. You used to have a paid account to use bots. Now you don't, but you do have to have a paid account if you want to create a GPT, which is a bot. Okay, let's check out our video. Let's see what it looks like. Let's see if it's done. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm excited. Okay, I'm scared, guys.
Y'all need to buy this sand. I got this from Five Below. It is literally the coolest thing. Look at how much you get, first of all. And it's a lot like just the regular kinetic sand. And if you have like a neurospicy brain, this is something that you're gonna want.
I don't know, guys.
Y'all need to buy this sand. I got this from Five Below, and it is literally the coolest thing. Look at how much you get, first of all. And it's a lot like just the regular kinetic sand. And if you have like a neurospicy brain, this is something that you're gonna want.
I mean, I don't know. Like, it's blowing my mind because the lip syncing is so good. The movements are definitely kind of off, and like some of the product stuff. So like the lid didn't really come off the way I had it in the video. So it would probably take some back and forth and like playing around with what you can and can't do with UGC videos. Maybe not like a talking UGC video, but like if you have a lotion and you want to do a couple short clips. So like one clip could be her holding it with movement. Another could be where the lid's already open and you take a picture of that, and then a video of you like applying it. So like it would probably be some tedious back and forth to do stuff like that. But yeah, the lip syncing is insane. Yeah, so it uses whatever voice is in the video. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if any of you guys try out making, like, that was my first time ever trying to do that, and that was a really good, cool idea. So, pretty cool. I would have to play around with that quite a bit. But I like that too because, you know, with the motion video, you guys are seeing so much of like the trendy stuff and the dancing and blah, blah, blah.
Okay, so Facebook just doesn't want me to be great today.
And, I always like trying to take something that a lot of people are talking about or something that's trending. So like the dance videos and the motion video, and show you guys like different ways that you can use it. Not that there's not other people doing that, but that is always kind of like my personal challenge for me. You know, because like a dance video is cool. And if you already have your content monetized, it can get you some views, but the real goal is to have, you know, followers that are going to engage with you and they care about your content, and not just like, oh, this person posts cool things, but then they keep scrolling and like, it doesn't matter. And so like, if you want to have a faceless page, but have a character that's doing talking, or a cartoon character, motion video is an amazing way to do that. And it's also going to be somewhat faster of a process to do it with motion video than like with VO. So like if I were to use VO, so I'd be using Google Flow. I usually do VO videos on my phone now. But I would only get 8-second clips at a time. It's also not going to use my voice, which that's a preference thing. So like if you want to use an AI voice, you can, and you know, VO will do that. VO sound quality is meh. I feel like VO is one of those things where you can always tell that it's VO audio playing. I'm really surprised they haven't upgraded quality of VO audio yet, but it does take a while to generate the motion video videos. But the fact that it can do 30 seconds at a time, so I could do like a 2-minute talking video clip and then put that together in a video editor instead of doing 8 seconds at a time of a script. that I can't even use my voice for. So if someone just wanted a talking head AI video, that would work out pretty good. Yeah, I've done that. Let me see if I can find one. I am trying to remember who asked about, look at this thumbnail, guys. That's hilarious. Melissa, so there will be a replay of this video if you want to go back and watch how to do the video process. There will be a replay of this on Facebook. I'll have it uploaded on my YouTube. It's also going to be in my free and my paid school community. Oh my gosh, Justin had a question in the Q&A. We'll come back to that, I promise. Let's play this video.
What's up, guys? This is day 3 of me coming at you with some AI slop and telling you different ways of why you would even want to use something like this. So a lot of people don't have energy and or have the creative ability to get done up to film themselves for content. And so this is a great alternative. And outside of just giving yourself options to look more presentable or look more aesthetic, this is really good for branding if you're a content creator or an online business owner. And okay, that was rude. Anyways, so branding. So like as y'all can see here, like it's Saturday. I got my long socks on over my leggings, my hair's in a bun, I look a mess, but I don't have to. I can use my AI character for my brand. And yeah, like I'm sitting on the floor of my kitchen. Maybe I want to put my character in like this high-tech neon lighted, branded, whatever. Like it doesn't have to replace you completely. It's just something creative you can add to your business and use this for. And this is like one of the best VO alternatives for lip syncing, motion, movement. Like how awkward are AI movement videos usually? Like yes, you can tell it's fake. Yes, you're gonna have people like, this is AI slop. But like to each their own, and I'm not really worried because AI has made me
okay. So like that's, you know, that's the example for like a talking video. There's another really good one too. So like all of you people that are wanting to do like the podcast stuff, let me see if I can find it. Okay, so here's another one.
A lot of people are only ever going to make pretty pictures with AI and spend a ton of money on credits without any type of return because they're following trends and that's all they're doing. The real skill and money with AI is not behind the best graphics or who has the prettiest pictures, but it's actually in understanding LLMs and how AI and ChatGPT and the boring stuff actually work.
Okay, so like it goes on to some other stuff. And so another thing that people ask me, so people also ask me, and like when you generate the AI motion stuff, does it show the original video on the video? And no, it does not. I edited it to do that because it draws a lot more attention. Like if you're teaching people how to do this, it would draw a lot more attention. I just had like a brain fart. I'm trying to get back to this Q&A where Justin had a question. I will show you who asked that. Vicky, I will show you how to do that in just a moment. Yes. Okay. So I'll leave that there. But okay, so once you have your video, okay, so let me go back into Kling. Let's say I download this, okay? Like I'm not going to use this anywhere because it's not up to standards. Okay, so I downloaded the video from Kling, right? Let's say it's a video I liked. Then you're going to go into any video editor you like. I know a lot of people use CapCut. I don't. I have and always have used InShot. You don't have to use InShot, but any basic video editor you're going to use. So what you do is go into edit a video. Hey, Richard, you're very welcome. And you're going to upload your video that you made in Kling. And what you're going to look for is what you're going to look for on this like scrolling toolbar here is an option that says PIP, which stands for picture in picture. It basically lets you have like another video or image overlay on top of what you have existing here. So I would click on PIP, and then I would click on the original like version of myself and like put that wherever in the video. Now you also want to make sure that on at least one of these clips, you are muting the audio, because if you don't, it's going to play the audio on both your original and your PIP overlay, and you'll have like an echo effect. So make sure that you mute one of them, and then you hit the check mark, and
y'all need to buy this stand. I got this from Five Below, and it is literally the coolest thing. Look at how much you get, first of all, and
that's literally, that's how you do it. And then you would just export it so that it's one video, and then that'll go in your gallery, and that's it. That's how you do it. Super easy. But no, when it's done generating the video, as you guys saw, it is just it is going to just be that video. It's not going to be the one with that one on top. What a good live. Okay, so Justin has a great question. How are you monetizing the things you teach, and what has been the most successful? Wow, what has been the most successful? What do you guys here that have known me? What do you guys know me for? Like, what am I your go-to for? That's been a journey in itself. And we talk about this a lot with business in general. And a lot of people that start their business journey end up in a whole niche or genre that they don't really anticipate themselves in the beginning to be in. So like, I really like teaching people, and most of what I make my money on is like doing things like this. So like, this is a free live. But I have really drawn in people that really retain what I teach well. And I've always been really good with speaking with people, but I do have an actual background in business. I've always had an interest in marketing, but I do actually have like a college education in business. I went to a vocational school my last 2 years of high school for business and finance management. I won a whole entire school showcase at that vocational school with my business plan and my studies that I was doing. And so business is always something that I've always been skilled at. And I just am a very like people person. And I found that like I have a really good mix of being able to be like vulnerable and transparent online and like connect with people, but I can also teach things that people want to be taught, and they retain the information well. And it's not that I'm like talking to people like they're, elementary students, but I have a way of talking to people in a way where it seems doable and possible. And it's not like, oh, I'm learning something from another course. It is like, oh, this is like another person that I relate to, and they can do it, and this is how they do it, and like it makes sense now type of thing. So how do I monetize the things that I teach? So one thing that I really pride myself on is that anything that I teach in my community, or even like online, if I am talking to people about it or putting any type of like, this can bring you an income, it's something that I have done myself. There's a lot of people in this space that will teach things because ChatGPT told them to, or they just see like a bunch of viral products going around about it. And so like when I started a class on AI photo shoots, for example, I didn't record and make that class until I had a full month that I was personally offering AI photo shoots, generated an income from it, and actually had my own workflow that I know worked for me that I could teach to other people. So a lot of it for me is just trying out different ways of income in my space. So marketing and business related or AI related. And once I see some results from that, I can teach it. And that's mainly how I'm monetizing. The other way lately that I'm monetizing is tools. And I've talked about this a little bit this week as well. And actually, I made a post about it today that I really feel like 2026 is going to be less of people wanting more education and more of them wanting tools that help them take action. So whether it makes something faster for them, whether it's something that makes it easier for them, or whether it's something that maybe it doesn't make it faster, but it helps guide them more efficiently than watching, you know, a really long course or going through a ton of modules. I don't think that education is ever going to go anywhere. I think that courses will always sell for the right reasons, not to flip them. I'm really anti that. I hate that probably 80 to 90% of people that buy a course or buy something of education don't even go through at least even half of it, if they go through it at all, before they're trying to flip and sell it. I hate that. I hate that. I am so against that. I will never support that. I only ever support affiliate products or courses, education, because I value the education in it, and never just because it is going trendy or it's on sale. It's always going to be something I've went through and I really believe in. And I really wish the whole industry was like that and it wasn't the way it is now. Let me get off that soapbox. But tools. So like I've started off 2026, and what I'm really monetizing the most is creating tools that are helping people who are doing these trendy things. So the best example I can think of is AI photo shoots, the AI visuals, the AI videos. Everybody is wanting to offer services like that, which can be profitable, but the market is starting to get a little saturated, in my opinion. It doesn't mean you can't make money doing that, but I think if you go into doing AI photo shoots, you need to start being known for like a more niche down theme. So like maybe you're known for doing really cool AI anime photo shoots. Maybe you do Fantasyland type of photo shoots. Maybe you do the cartoon stuff for people, and like you're known for a specific sub niche within that niche, because if you just say I do AI photo shoots, a lot of people are doing that right now. And so you need to be known for that. But tools, okay, so like maybe doing an AI photo shoot is like a little intimidating for you. You don't want to take on clients yet. Build a tool or build a workflow that can help those people that are doing that in a saturated market or a growing market. So like people that are building bots that make prompts for people. So, you know, you could market that and say, don't join 17 different prompt vaults. Nothing against prompt vaults. I have a prompt vault. But sorry, I'm like reading comments and also like trying to talk. So I have a prompt vault. I am in really good prompt vaults, but you know, if people want to save money in the long run and not have to rely on prompts from other people, hey, buy this bot I made. It builds really good detailed prompts for you. Here's some images that it made me, or here's some images from the prompts that this bot made me. And you give that to people that do AI photo shoots. Hey, here's a bot that can build all the prompts for your clients, and it's less work for you to do. So tools are a big way that I'm monetizing in 2026. I will always still do education. I think that it's very needed, in the right ethical manner. So like I'm always going to be in education. I'm always going to have that connection with people and teach, but that is what I'm monetizing. What has been the most successful? Honestly, anything with AI right now. Like if you are good at teaching, if you're good at speaking, if people listen to you, if they value what you say, teaching is something that can really make you a lot of money if you do it, again, the right way. And people are really there for the value to learn and to grow and to take action in something. And you're not creating a course or creating a community to educate people and just giving it to them as an opportunity to flip it and make money. So like in my community, like people can be an affiliate in there, but it's not something I put a pressure on. It's not something that I'm like, guys, like go make 10K this week to go flip, you know, and sell this course because it's on sale. Like I'm not hyping it that way. I will keep my affiliates in the loop. And like, if it's something that they see value in the community, they like how I teach, it did this for their business, and they want to share that with people, they can do that, but it's not the focus of the community. So yeah, I am thinking about making like a monthly post on like what things sold most for me that month. I'm not going to put any income with it. I don't want to get into the income claim stuff and what have you. But just like, hey, like here's what sold. Here's my top 5 things that sold in December. For me and the marketing and AI niche, and then talking a little bit about those things and for people to have that information. I don't know if I'm going to put that in my free community or just my paid community yet. I don't know, or just use it as content. I don't know, I hope that answers your question, Justin. There's so many different parts to that question that I could go to. I'm trying to pull the live back up here.
I don't know, or just...
I'm weird as hell. You're not weird, Megan. I'm so goofy. Like, it's so funny to me, like, people that are like, I'm shy, or like, I don't know what to do, or like, I'm awkward. Like, guys, like, if you met me in real life, no, you didn't, because I am the most awkward, social anxiety, like, person, and that helps people see me as more down to earth, I guess. Like, we don't want to show up polished on social media anymore. We don't want to show up as cookie cutter influencer type, like, take a trip to Target with me, guys, and pretend I have a lot of money with me, even though, like, I'm putting all this back on the shelf after I film this video. Like, we don't want to do that, you know? Yeah, everybody is creative in some fashion. And, like, guys, there are people... Let me take a drink of coffee. Hold on. There are people that, like, they have themed accounts of just having a simple life, okay? Like, think about soft girl era. Think about, like, slow morning era. Like, there are people, you know, especially in their 30s, 40s, 50s and on, that want that peacefulness, that quiet, especially with all of the, like, hypey content in your face all day. Like, think about if you're scrolling on TikTok, right, and there's a lot of obnoxiousness going on, but then you get to, like, a video where it's, like, this slow pan camera of a city, and, like, there's a river, and it has this relaxing music to it, and, like, think of how that makes you feel, right? So, like, somebody that somebody that thinks they're boring, and they're like, I don't want to create content, or I don't think I could create content because I'm boring, or, like, I don't really have something I'm creative at. That in itself is a niche, guys. Like, that in itself, like, people will appreciate your slowness and your realness, and, like, you sitting in the country on a freaking, why can't I think of that? On a freaking wooden chair. What is that called? What is going on with my brain? And you just sitting there having a 5-minute live with a cup of coffee in the morning, like, not talking about anything, you know? People would love that. I made a post this morning of, I watched a school video, like the community platform school. They put out these learning videos, and they are going to start highlighting, like, smaller school communities. And they were talking about one today where this guy, he has a school community, and he makes $3,000 a month right now teaching people how to hold their breath longer underwater. Okay, like, can we just think about that for a minute, and, like, how specific that is? Thank you for stopping in, Denise. I mean, there's that guy who has, you know, he teaches people how to play pickleball. Like, I'm an introvert. I'm an introvert too. Like, I speak well to people, and I think a lot of it is, like, my heart and my character, and, like, I genuinely do want the best for people, and I love trying to, like, help people see the potential that's already, like, within them, and knowing that I can help make a difference in that for people is huge to me. And I think that that's how I come off, like, maybe more extroverted than I am, but, like, I am at my house most of the time, guys. Like, I do not like to people. I do not even go to the grocery store. I get my groceries delivered. I can't stand being in a grocery store. I have major anxiety. I deal with depression off and on throughout the year. And I don't like dealing with an average person. Yeah, like, I've always connected more online with people, and I don't know. I just wanted to say that, I guess, to prove a point. Yeah, a rocking chair. Jeez, a wooden rocking chair. Yeah. So, yeah, just, like, you know, the people who are like, I think I'm boring, and I'm awkward, and I'm this, like, you are a niche yourself. So the other part that I'm doing these lives, outside of just the education, and for us to just all have a space to talk and chat, AI, business, social media, those who are affiliates of my paid community, Marketing and AI Made Simple, I'm wanting to do these for them to kind of use these lives as lead magnets. Like, hey, this is a preview of the type of education that we do in here, and this is a really good way to kind of give people a preview of how I teach. and if it's something that you retain, because I'm a big believer that, like with courses, for example, like if you're really truly wanting to learn marketing and not buy a course to resell it, if you are actually looking for something to invest in, to learn from, it is obviously somewhat about what that course teaches, but I think a majority of it is who is teaching it to you. Like I've been in courses where I don't want to say I didn't like the teacher because I don't know them. So, but like I don't retain the information with the style they teach in. And I think that there needs to be a lot more preview of like, how does this person teach? Do I like enjoy their teaching style? Does it make sense to me? Do I learn from it? Do I get something out of it? Can I take notes on it? And so these lives are kind of a way for me to show you guys and to show potential customers, if you're an affiliate, like, hey, this is how the creator of this community teaches. And if it's something that you like, then you should consider joining. And so if anybody that is an affiliate brought you to this live, for example, please, 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 if you're considering joining Marketing and AI Made Simple, please reach out to them and use their affiliate link. They deserve their flowers. Marketing and AI Made Simple is my main paid community where all of my current and future classes will be held. It is the hub for you to be in, that you get all of my knowledge of what I have learned in almost 2 years of working full-time on social media. This has been my full-time job, selling digital products, selling services, tools, AI, marketing, and business related. I have not had a regular W-2 job since February of 2024. This has been my full-time job. So this is the space where you go that you get really all access to me. You get priority access to me if you need me for anything. You know, I have my teachings in here. We have a module that is all things AI. So I teach you guys multiple things with AI and how to monetize it, how to market it, how to do the skills with AI. And then we have the business aspect. So everything that is in Marketing and AI Made Simple is designed to go in order. So you have start here. You have the live replays over here, which are also in the free community. There's an affiliate suite where I literally give you guys free products of mine that you can use as an affiliate. And it's how you get the information to become an affiliate for this if you want to. And then I have free products of mine that I've made in the past that you guys can sell as an affiliate for. And then everything after this AI module, it is designed to go in order. So people that come in and they're like, what do I do? How do I start? You start in mindset and you work through in order. Now, here's what's also different about my community. So there's a couple different sections. So like if we go into mindset, for example, you're going to have this first portion where I teach you about mindset and like my practices with mindset. And then also with the modules is mindset, or whatever the topic is, in action. So we're building a faceless business, brand new business, where I actually implement and do the things that I'm teaching you. So instead of it being a course where I'm like, hey guys, do this, do this, do this, do this, I am actually taking video screen recordings. And, you know, for example, with the storefront module that we're wrapping up, I am going to be making a storefront for this faceless business and recording that process so you guys can actually see me implement what I'm teaching you to do. And then the last part of the modules are the homework assignments. Now, these are obviously optional, but there are assignments in every module. We post assignments every week in the community. And every time you complete a homework assignment, which they're not that difficult, like I say assignment, but it's not like I'm not having you guys write essays or anything like that. But each module has assignments, and each of your completed assignments give you a raffle into a drawing where you could win $50. We were doing this every month. So from like July of last year to December, we did a drawing every single month. We're now going to be doing them quarterly. I might be upping how much I'm giving away. But we do drawings for you guys to win money just for showing up and doing work for your dream and for your business. So I think that that's pretty cool. So we're very active and engaged in the community. We have the homework assignments. We have these lives where, again, paid members are always going to get priority access to their questions being answered first. And this is the best place to reach me. School is the best place to get a hold of me. I go in here every single day and check my messages and see who needs me. And this is a great place to be. And now I'm bringing this up to you guys. Again, if somebody else brought you here, make sure that you're going to them. But this is normally a $247 priced community to get into. And for the rest of January, it is like $37 and some change to get into if you use the promo code WELCOME2026. So you have to use the promo code to get in for that amount. And that is like over 75% off to get in there. Okay, that is what these lives are meant to be a preview for, is the type of education that is in that main community. So I'm going to drop my link and I'm going to drop the promo code. If anybody wants to join this, the price is going to be at $147 on February 1st. Unless we reach 400 members, then it's going to be at $197. Okay, and this is a one-time fee to get in. It is not monthly. And lastly, again, if somebody else brought you from this live, make sure you reach out to them for their affiliate link, please. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and end this, and then I will see you guys on the live next Wednesday. We are almost at 800 members in AI Made Simple. That is so freaking cool. So I will see you guys next week. If you have questions, look for the Q&A thread, and I will have a replay up shortly. You guys have a kick butt rest of your week. Bye.